Namaskar. Today is April 29th, 2026. Each year on March 14 begins my journey towards bringing about the true essence of yoga in celebration of International Day of Yoga. This year I chose to revisit Maharishi Patanjali's Yoga Sūtra and share my daily practices inspired by it. Welcome to day 47th of Satvik Yogi Path. Satvik Yogi Path is not a ritual or a performance or aesthetics, it is by awareness. In day 46, we learned that all clarity so far is still within practice. Today, Maharishi Patanjali tells us what happens when clarity becomes steady. Nirvicāra vaiśāradye adhyātma prasādaḥ. Once again, let us recite the Sutra 1.47. Nirvicāra vaiśāradye adhyātma prasādaḥ. Maharishi Patanjali describes the result of deep clarity, nirvichar, vaiśāradye, when clarity without subtle thought becomes steady. Adhyātma prasādaḥ, inner brightness, inner ease, inner clarity. What this means is that when the mind becomes quiet, transparent, and steady in subtle clarity, a natural inner brightness appears. This brightness is not dramatic, it is not mystical. It is simply the mind becoming clear from within. So, here is the analogy of clear lake. When a lake is disturbed, the water becomes cloudy. When the lake becomes still, the water becomes clear and light reflects naturally. Maharishi Patanjali says that the mind works the same way. When it becomes quiet, inner brightness appears. When the mind becomes clear, the heart becomes bright. This sutra teaches us that clarity has a natural glow. Inner ease arises without fear. Brightness comes from quietness. The mind becomes transparent. Yoga reveals what is already there. So, what are we practicing today? We are practicing noticing the inner ease, letting attention rest lightly, observing natural clarity, softening thought, gentle repetition of Om. Now, before we move into that, and here we are. Our stillness practice, our first stillness practice is settling the breath. We follow 4 steps to settling the breath. The first is just observe our breath. The second is breathing with awareness. The third, we equalize our breath. The number of counts in inhalation equals the number of counts in exhalation. And the fourth, we double the count of exhalation from the number of counts in inhalation in a single breath cycle. So let's practice how to settle our breath in the 4 steps. You may place one hand onto your navel, and with back and spine straight, you may roll your shoulder to get that alignment and slightly tuck in your chin. And now you breathe in, out, in, out, in, out. Now, in the first step, when we just observe our breath, we are also learning through this first step in settling our breath, we are also learning to not judge, just observe or just notice. Next, we move on to breathe with awareness. To breathe with awareness, just imagine a balloon. As the balloon is filled with air, it extends. And when the balloon is the air, just it pops, or all the air you can just squeeze out, it distends. So in awareness, that is exactly what we will do, that we will make sure that as we breathe in, our belly button or the navel, it extends, and as we breathe out, it distends. So let's do this. With awareness, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Excellent. We move on to the third step or the third stage in settling our breath. And the third step is now we equalize our breath with awareness. So place your hand, one hand onto your navel, and you breathe with awareness and count the number of counts you make in inhalation. Exhale with the same number of counts. So let's begin. We do it 3 times. I'll count to 3. Breathe in, 2, 3. Breathe out, 2, 3. Breathe in, 2, 3. Breathe out, 2, 3. And the last. Breathe in, 2, 3. Breathe out, 2, 3. And hence we reach our next, and this time we double the number of counts in exhalation from the number of counts of inhalation. So let's do it. We again breathe with awareness. We make the counts in inhalation and we exhale with longer or double the count of inhalation. So place your hand back and spine straight, chin slightly tucked in. And now breathe in. I'll count to 2 and exhale for 4. Breathe in, 2. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in, 2. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in, 2. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. And just stay like that. And open your eyes. Next, as we have settled our breath, now we move on to notice a quiet moment, a soft breath, or a gentle pause, or a faint ease. So we notice a quiet moment, a soft breath, or a gentle pause. We are practicing, we are learning to notice, learning to notice. Just notice. And now let attention rest lightly. It could be your breath, it could be that moment, moment of pause. You would just rest your attention on it. And open your eyes. Now we have we are practicing to let attention rest on it. That is, bringing all your concentration onto either a soft breath or a moment of pause that you are noticing. Now you let your thought soften. Let your thought soften. Let it slowly fade away. And now, as you continue to practice letting your thoughts soften while your attention is resting on what you noticed, could be your soft breath or just a moment of pause. And now you notice the inner brightness. So some things may seem that, oh, I don't see any brightness. I don't see any light. But it is really about concentrating and letting the attention rest, and then you feel like a illumination or brightness. So let's now contemplate. When the mind becomes clear, the heart becomes bright. So let's just do it. When the mind becomes clear, the heart becomes bright. So, which means clarity at its deepest level is at its deepest level, it is it is the brightness. So, I have a challenge today. Today, you would pause once and notice a moment of inner ease. These challenges every day, and when I say that you would pause for a moment and then you would notice. Through Yoga Sutra, we are practicing to notice without judging. That's the practice of noticing without judging. So let's close with three Om, the universal sound. Let's do it. As we learned and practiced before, that Om made of O, that it rises in the belly, moves through the chest, and softens at the lips. So let us have our back and spine straight, chin slightly tucked in, and let's go. Take a deep breath in, and with exhalation, Om. So let's do it. Take a deep breath in. Om. One more time. Take a deep breath in. Om. And the last. Take a deep breath in. Om. And stay like that. And open your eyes. At this time, I would give a shout out to Drien4H. Hello, Drien4H. How are you doing? And also Delphi na NAMA Delphi Delphina Malena Santa Cruz 575. Amazing, beautiful name. Hello, how are you doing? I'm so happy that you have been able to join in my daily practices of yoga, returning to the yoga essence, true essence of yoga, based on Yoga Sutra, Maharshi Patanjali's Yoga Sutra. And day 47 reminds us that inner brightness arises naturally when the mind becomes quiet. Thank you for practicing with me today. We meet again tomorrow, day 48, Yoga Sutra 1.48. And until then, stay warm, stay open, And most importantly, with a smile, stay honest to your own story. I thank you all, and I thank you for your time with me.